Hi you guys, it's International Yoga Day, yay! So for the next 7 days, starting today, I'm going to give you a yoga tip of the day. These are like my top 7 tips about practicing yoga that I've learned over the last 20 years that I think would help anyone in their practice. So here we go. Tip number 1 is breath, because it is fundamental, key, foundation of every practice of yoga and mindfulness and meditation, qigong, tai chi, all of those practices. It is the fundamental tool, guide, compass, and gauge of where you're at. So it doesn't matter whether you practice Kundalini and you're pushing and pulling and playing and getting funky with your breath, or you're doing Tai Chi and Qigong and you're coming into that range of the breath where you slowly wield it like a beautiful ball of energy. Or it's a yoga practice and you're getting heated in your breath, moving your breath to the nooks and crannies and feeling through the sensation of your breath how your nooks and crannies feel, to see, can I go further in this pose or do I need to back off in this pose? The breath mirrors your physiological state. The breath mirrors your physiological state. It mirrors, reflects back to you, shows you where you're at in your state of being. And it is the oldest tool and guide and compass in every practice, whether it's yoga or meditation. Meditation uses it to get you connected to deep, deep states of stillness and silence and samadhi and non-duality and enlightenment, or whatever the hell you call it. It's like the grounding, the base level in all these practices. So the thing you need to remember about the breath is there's only one rule. Your mind will wander away and pull you out of the breath over and over and over, and you're trying to just stay as consistently and as long as you can in the breath. Even if it's just for 2 seconds at first, or 5 seconds before a thought pulls you away, or 10 seconds, and then 20 seconds, and then a minute. That's your number one thing you're doing, is every time you're in your practice of meditation or mindfulness or yoga or whatever it is, as soon as the mind draws you away, you come back to the breath. As soon as your mind draws you away, you come back to the breath. And then you laugh at that process, because you will see the inner workings of your mind, and you need to not take it seriously. Otherwise you'll be like, oh my gosh, I have a really weak, broken, funky mind. I can't even sit still with my attention. So laugh at it and come back over and over. It's a process. It's a process that every human being who practices these arts experiences. Every human being, even Buddha. And then when you feel comfortable, start taking this practice of being in tune and connected to your breath off your mat, outside, in your everyday life, at work. As you pull up to your office, when you sit down, before you get out, take a few breaths, just connect. When you're driving down the road and that driver pisses you off, maybe before you react, you go, and breathe. This is what this is all about, you guys, is if we leave these practices in our yoga studios and in our houses and on our meditation cushions, then we're not exploring this other 95% of the world to play in these spaces. This is where you really get tested, where you're having to hold that duality of living in this world and bringing this practice out. But once you cross over it and can meld those, this helps boost that every day, tenfold, hundredfold. Those practices of mindfulness help you stay grounded every day and make better decisions and less short shrift shooting off that email when you weren't supposed to, or shooting off your mouth, or those types of things that you're like, oh shit. Great for that. So thanks for joining me. Namaste. Yay, happy International Yoga Day.